2022, 4 were charged to Federal Capital Territory High Court for the rape of a minor at Ngwanrogo around Idu Industrial Layout. And just this Sunday, operatives of the FCT Police Command attached to the Apo Division arrested a 48-year-old male for sexually engaging 10-year-old. Why does this recurrent rape of minor in the Federal Capital focus on this week's episode of your regular security check program on the Unity Station NTA Channel 5 Abuja? Good morning. This is Call the Police. My name is Aisha Oba Ali. Please stay tuned. The program returns shortly. Thanks for staying tuned, and if you are just joining us, this is Call the Police, live on the Unity Station. First, let's watch this background report as put together by Onoti Yakubu.
What is it? Me, I don't know.
In most cases, minors are not able to tell what rape is. Now, the question is, how did the society get it wrong, and who is to blame for the lack of orientation?
Parents to know the kind of conduct or training you give your children at home based on this is who you are, this is what you have to know. They should know that whoever tries to play along with them towards this area or this area, they should not keep quiet.
Somebody kept a child with you, you are an adult. How are you thinking of doing something wrong to that child and you're comfortably coming to post it so that we'll clap for you? It's not normal.
However, some other girls could actually describe rape and spoke at length on the subject matter.
Rape can be defined as the unwanted or non-given permission to have sex with someone. It's a kind of abuse that is forced on someone, which includes having sex with the person. I think that people should learn not to keep quiet when this kind of thing is happening.
The act of exploring sex forcefully is a situation of illiteracy, or will I say ignorance. Them not knowing what they are meant to know, and the disadvantages of what they are doing to that child or the victim they are endangering. Most times they actually know what they are doing, but I don't know. Will I say it's just selfishness? It's just wickedness.
Other residents of the FCT also spoke on this worrisome trend, describing reasons responsible for the act and ways to checkmate this ugly trend in the society.
When a parent doesn't really give a child the care and attention they are required to, sometimes it might lure them into things that they don't know about.
Most people try to see women as an object that they can play with. And another thing that is making it to increase is because perpetrators are not being punished. You know, we hear stories like somebody, a 50-year-old raping a 3-month baby, 5-year baby. What old baby dress to entice a 50-year-old man?
Others said all hands must be on deck to restore family values and enhance sensitization against the ugly trend of minor rape at the family level. In Abuja, Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
Thank you very much, Onotu, for that insightful report. And my guest today to discuss further on this ugly trend is the Chief Superintendent of Police. She is the officer in charge of Gender Desk, FCT Police Command. Thank you for joining the program.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah. Now, we've listened to the background reports by one of our colleagues, but let's begin this way. How can you describe the reported cases of minors in the FCT? How can you describe the situation in general?
It is pathetic. Let me start with that. Before I answer your question, you know, when I listen to what they describe as rape, it goes beyond that. Yes, it's rape. And what is rape? When a person penetrates vagina, anus, mouth, with any part of the body, we call it rape. And then we have different legal framework that punish this offense we are talking about. We have VAP Act. Before VAP Act, we have Penal Code, Criminal Code, but the VAP Act expanded the definition of rape that happened to the minors. In FCT, it is pathetic in the sense that the number of the minors that are being violated is alarming, but is under control because of the punishment being awarded after investigation.
Okay, we're going to look into the punishment and even the law, the act, what the act says concerning rapists. But let's look at the statistics. You were mentioning that the rate is alarming in the FCT. I don't know, do you have the statistics so far in the FCT? Do you have the statistics?
Presently, I can say there is no day, because then State Command Headquarters, Gender Office, when there's a report in the suburb, in the divisions, they start the preliminary investigation before transferring the case to State CID. When the case is transferred to CID, the branch, the department that handle the investigation is what we call gender, which I belongs to. So there is virtually no day that we don't receive such cases from the division.
Okay. As a security personnel, I know when these cases are reported, you try to interrogate the culprits, maybe those that have perpetrated this crime. You try to investigate. You try this act they carry out. Do you find out from these people that carry out this act? Do you know their reasons? Do they give reasons why they do this thing?
Most of the time, their reason is always devil. But when you look at the people that are vulnerable, I mean the minors that are vulnerable, especially in the satellite towns, those ones that are living in slums, those ones that their parents are not well-to-do, though they deceive them with just 50 naira, 200 naira. And then when you look at this perpetrator, majorly the neighbors, uncles, father, teachers, in fact, religious leader, the people that are supposed to protect the interest of this minor, you discover they are the one that violates these children.
Okay, now this brings me to another question of looking at the reports. We had the background report. One of the respondents was like, is something abnormal? Because then we say they rape adults, and you said maybe because of their dressing, because of the way they do one or two things, the way they walk and all. Okay, if you're just joining us, we're still on the program called The Police, our flagship program on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. And that was the security tidbit, and I hope you got those numbers in case of any emergency. Now, let's continue with the discussion, ma'am. how does the society, how do you think the society has helped, especially in terms of discrimination and even culture, societal culture has helped to encourage this act?
Thank you. Most time when we have such crime, some will decide not to speak. But now, because of the enlightenment, we see people now, they speak out. In fact, most time when neighbors see little child entering somebody's house, especially those ones that their wife are not with them, if they are entering often, they alert their parents. So the culture of breaking the silence has really helped. Before now, when such happen, they cover up. They will not want people to know. But now, the culture of breaking silence, of speaking out, for the perpetrator to be arrested, for justice to take place, is common now, unlike before.
Okay. I know every action has its consequences.
Yes.
So I know this ugly act on the victim, how do you think it affects the victim?
It affects them. It affects them. The trauma, most time, those children may likely be infected. And that is why we encourage the public that we as parents must be close to our children. We must be close to care for them. We must be close for these children to be able to open up to us. For the medical treatment especially, because when a case of such is reported, the first thing to do is to carry the victim, which is the survivor now, to the hospital. Why the medical assessment is very important. Execution. Life imprisonment presently.
Okay, I think our telephone lines are on now and is open for our viewers. They can call in. The numbers are displayed. The number is displayed there on our screen. I think soon we'll be getting some calls from our viewers. So now let me just ask this question. During your first remark or a statement, you said the case is alarming in FCT. So, but what is FCT Police Command doing? What measures are you taking to curb this ugly menace?
We are in control. FCT Command. And that is why I made it clear that we have a lot of conviction. The moment the perpetrator is arrested, we carry out investigation. After thorough investigation, perpetrators are charged to court. And with enough evidence we gather, we are able to get a lot of conviction.
Okay.
In order to reduce the number of these perpetrators. Because we look at it, it's violation of human rights, number one. And it is an act of wickedness on the part of the perpetrators.
Okay, I think there's a call coming in. Let's see who the first caller is. Yeah, the caller has. Okay, now, but what is the punishment for these people that commit this crime?